welcome to the 10U Boys and Girls Parent and Player Orientation. My name is Coach Eric. What's my name? Eric. Such enthusiasm, I just love it. Okay, I'm going to start by telling a story. A mom is pushing her daughter through in a stroller through the grocery store, and as she's going down the aisle, the little kid in the stroller is pulling stuff down and saying, "Mommy, buy this for me. Mommy, buy this for me." And the mom is saying, "Margaret, it's okay. It'll just be a few minutes. We'll be out of the store." They go out to the checkout, and the little girl in the stroller is pulling the snacks out and says, "Mommy, buy this for me. Buy this for me." And the mom is saying, "Margaret, it's okay. We'll be out in just a minute. It's just a few more minutes." As she's leaving the store, someone comes up and says, "Man, you were so good with your daughter, Margaret." The mom says, "My name is Margaret." Anyway, I'm sorry, it's Maggie, Margaret. Anyway. All right, this is for the kids. So I was sitting in my office the other day, rolling the stuff between my fingers, and my boss came in and he took it right out of my hands. He said, "Oh, this is an interesting substance. It's kind of hard, but it's kind of squishy. Where'd you get it?" And I said, "My nose." One last one. Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
She ran away from the ball.
She ran away from the ball, and her coach turned into a pumpkin. Very good, Coach Lingo. Okay, here we go. You're gonna, let's see, hold on. 10U. Okay, apparently, I'm pretty sure this is correct. If I'm wrong, I am not liable. All your games will be at Wilson Field, boys and girls. It turns out the grass is actually much better at Wilson. So it's better for the kids. Yeah, so today I appreciate your thoughts on this. I personally love Miller because I like everybody in the same place. However, I no longer make decisions as I'm trying to transition out. I resigned in March, but for some reason I'm still standing here. Okay, and I love it here, and I'll tell you later why. There are goals that get locked up, porta potties that get locked up, equipment that gets locked up. We have a goal combo. The goal combo is 8684. So what's the goal combo, everybody?
8684.
Very good. Don't tell your children. What's the goal combo?
8684.
See, if I tell you that, they're guaranteed to remember that number, okay? Unlock the goals and set them up. Lock them up at night when you're done. If you're lucky enough to have a porta potty, then lock that up too or unlock it. Here are the key contacts for you. You're going to get a handout in your teams that will have this information. You can always email whatever email you get, like mine. It just might take a little longer. Email these guys, you'll get a faster result, and you'll get this list again later. There are 6 AYSO philosophies. How many philosophies are there? 6. Excellent. The first one is player development. Everyone say it? Player development. Okay, let's try it with some energy on this side of the room. Okay, all of the room. One more time. Player development. Much better. What does player development mean? Develop the player. Scott, you guys must have gone to school or something. That's amazing. Coach Michelle, what does player development mean?
They progressively learn a different skill at every level.
Excellent. They progressively learn every skill at every level. In fact, I would say we measure, growth rather than proficiency. But anyway, to Coach Eric, it means 500 touches per hour of activity. So if you're practicing, bring your soccer ball with you. The kids should have the ball at their feet for more of that time. More touches means more player development. Balanced teams means we try to have a mix of beginning, medium, and advanced players. Open registration means there's no geographical boundaries. It doesn't matter where you live. You can always play or register to play in our region. Those are the first 3. Our season will run September 7th through November 9th. Who is a returning player from the last 2 or 3 seasons? Raise your hand if you're returning. Okay. If you guys played in the tournament, any of the tournaments, raise your hand. Okay, keep your hands up. If you played in the tournament. If you enjoyed playing in the tournament, raise your hand. Okay, we need people to organize that tournament this season. We don't have a group together. So one of the things we're going to ask you to sign up for is tournament organizer. So when we go into your teams, that's one of the roles, and we'll need probably 3 really strong people, or 1 to 3 strong people to really organize and make that happen. I'm telling you this up front. So if we have the tournament because we have the people, it'll be the last 2 weeks. Otherwise, we will have 10 weeks of play. So 8 weeks of regular play with 2 weeks of tournament, or 10 weeks of play. Sorry. So we'll run till November 9th. The 2 top teams from the tournament will proceed to the area tournament, which will be the following weekend, which will be November 16th and 17th. So the 2 top teams in girls and the 2 top teams in boys will proceed. What do you call an elephant that rides a bus? A passenger. Okay, here we go. There's actually a website called 133 Elephant Jokes, so you're going to get another 131 of them probably here. So 500 touches per hour of play. At 10U, we still rotate players through all of the positions. We don't force players to play things, and I'll go through that in a minute, but the coaches are encouraged, strongly encouraged, to rotate players through all the positions. So they should be rotating through forwards, mids, defense, and keeper. Now the keeper is a very specialized position. We will have special trainings on Sunday. So we're going to have clinics every Sunday from now through most of the season, including tomorrow. They're free clinics at Rainbow Park. There'll be skills clinics at 4:30 and keeper clinics at 4:30 and keeper clinics at 5:30 starting tomorrow. So I strongly advise you to take your kids to those clinics. It's another 2 hours you don't have to deal with your kids. No, wait a minute. It's 2 hours of soccer skills coaching by professional soccer, and they really should just try and learn to be goalkeepers. If your coach for some reason is not rotating the kids through the positions, let us know so we can yell at the coaches. So we can guide the coaches towards getting them rotated. We want the kids to try the different positions, because when they do, they learn more skills and they appreciate positions. But we will not force people to play, nor should we ever force a person to play, do anything, quite frankly. What do you give a seasick elephant? A lot of space. This is a phrase that I really love. I read in a book this summer. It's making time makes us human and humanizing us. And what this means to me is that when you make time for your kids and spend time with your children and enjoy time with your children, you're treating them as human beings. You're becoming more human, and you're humanizing them as well. You're teaching them how. And this is very much what volunteering is you're making time. A coach leaves work at 3:30 or 3 o'clock or 2:30 from San Francisco, drives down here, and sets up a field so that our kids can have soccer at 5:30 practice after school. So you're making time to bring your kids there. The coaches are making time to run the practices. So what is it that makes AYSO great for our kids? What's the answer? What? Having fun, that's true, but what else? Volunteers, who said that? Very good, excellent. Volunteers. So we're going to be asking you to volunteer for your team stuff in the teams, and also region level things like field lining and other stuff that we would like you to do, and tournament volunteer. Now the format for you is something like this. What's the goal combo?
8-6-8-4.
Excellent, well done. What are the only 6 words you ever have to say to your kid? Does anybody know this? The answer to this? What's that?
I was saying I enjoyed watching you play. That's 5 years.
She said, I enjoy watching you play. So I love to watch you play. So there's a whole bunch of research around this, around performance athletes, musical, performance, dance, all of this. The best thing you can say to your kids is, I love to watch you play. Now, if you just Google this, you'll find the articles and the research. And here's some other suggestions. My suggestion is to not talk about performance, but to talk about effort. And really just to talk about your love and your enjoyment of watching them play. Okay? Whether they score a goal or not, it's like we said. What's your name, sir?
Canal.
Canal? It's like me saying, if I was Cannell's boss, I want you to go close $1 million deal today. Okay, you're going to do that, right? And if you don't do it today, I'm going to be disappointed in you. The only time I'm going to celebrate is when you get the $1 million deal, which is the equivalent of scoring a soccer goal. If you watch a soccer game, in a 90-minute soccer game, there's between 0 and maybe 5 goals. When they're younger, very young, they can score lots of goals. When they get to this age, it's really going to be in that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If all of their worth is based on this one thing, this $1 million event, it becomes an issue. So the first thing is, my suggestion is if you want your kids to perform and have a great relationship around this, these are the kinds of words you can use. The second thing is that I'll talk about how positive coaching works in a minute. To talk to them about things, celebrate things that they do well, and I'll talk to you in just a second. But first, some more data. For those of you who have been here for a few seasons, your refrigerator is starting to look like this. On picture day, you will get a picture packet which includes one refrigerator magnet and one 8x10. On the 8x10, it'll have a picture of the kid and a picture of the team, and that's it. That's all you get. My suggestion is you buy extra magnets. How many extra magnets do I recommend you buy? 4. That's correct, and I didn't even know that I put it on there until the last session. 4. Does anybody remember why I say 4? Grandparents. But why would you need to give 4 for the grandparents? Because they might get divorced, that's right. I already have families that have 8 grandparents, so yeah, you want to get at least 4 extra magnets as part of your order. Okay, so we're going to do a little communication exercise right now, okay? And we're going to teach you 4 different ways to communicate with your kids. I know you came here for a communication lesson, but I think this will work for you for everything. Manny, would you come on up here, please? This is Coach Manny. I think he's a coach. I'm not sure, but I love this man. This is my son Manny. He's an under 5 player, under 5 player, and he's just scored a goal. So, Manny, I want you to pretend to be an under 5 player, which means you're 4 years old, and tell me you just scored a goal. Yay! Goal? That's an Oscar level play. Next time, I want you to look up before you kick the ball. You didn't look where you were kicking. Perfect. Thank you. Everybody, big hand for coming. Okay, this is called active destructive. It's active destructive. You're actually destroying the person and your communication link with the person because you say, next time, you better come back with $1 million deal. Or a $2 million deal today. That's right. That's what we're doing. So this is active destructive. Has anybody ever met anyone like this who does this? Next time you got to do this? Raise your hand if you've met someone like this. I see all the kids raising their hands. That's good. Okay. Okay. Second. Oh, sorry. Let's do that. Sorry. Okay. Dave, coming up here. This is my under 10 player. My son Dave. Okay. Dave, so Dave, you just scored a goal. Say, Daddy, I just scored a goal.
Daddy, I just scored a goal.
Well, Dave, let me tell you about a time when I was 7 years old and I scored 3 goals in less than a minute. Okay. This is an example of passive destructive communication. This is me telling you about me. So I'm not talking about you at all. I'm just talking about, my accomplishments. So my question is, have you guys ever met anyone like this in the office? Ever? Yeah, I see a few nods. Yeah, okay. This doesn't generally build connection or any kind of celebration around what happened. So let's do passive construction. Today, come on up. Today, this is my son today. He's an under 12. Nice to see you today. Okay. So yeah, that's right. You can stand up straight. So you just scored a goal. Say, Daddy, I just scored a goal.
Yay! I just scored a goal!
Okay, that's great. Okay, thanks. So this is passive constructive. This is basically, that's good. It's a very general, that's good, good job. And you'll hear good job a lot. Does anybody hear good job? That's probably the thing you hear the most. So it's constructive, but it's really kind of a passive constructive. It doesn't really do much. The energy isn't quite there. So we'll try one more time. I'm trying to decide who to pick on right now. Is it Joe?
Yeah.
Come on up, Joe. Joe, you just graduated from college, didn't you? Hey, everybody. Good. lovely daughter, Joe. She's just scored a goal. Say, Dad, I just scored a goal.
Dad, just put it on.
Wow, that's wonderful. Wow, you know, we've been taking you to practice each week. What are some of the things that you've been doing the skills you've been doing to develop so you can score that goal?
Kicking the ball. Running.
Running, looking up and passing, that kind of thing. Nice. Nice to see you. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
So here's the idea. Thank you, Joe. So here's the idea. This is actually where the space that you can be in. And you can try this with your kid, with your boss, with your subordinates, with your spouse. This actually works with your spouse. If you can celebrate and connect in the tell me more space, you get to savor the moment, and you get to celebrate the effort and the specific things that you did in. So Joe, she goes to practice, she looks up, she passes the ball, she trusts her teammates, she's working on cardio when she's not on the field, she's reading books, whatever it is, you celebrate what it is that led you to the achievement. Okay? So it'd be great if today had scored a goal. But let's talk about everything you did that led up to that moment, all the effort. So I wanted to give you this idea, this thought, that if you're going to work with your kids on stuff like soccer, have them tell you what they did to celebrate and savor the accomplishment. The goal is great, but let's talk about the effort that they went into. So this is where we go to our, I think this is our fourth thing, positive coaching. This is our fourth philosophy. Everyone say positive coaching? Positive coaching. So this philosophy is about being specific about what they did well. Because when I say today, I love how you kick the ball with your laces and you can kick with both feet, not only does today hear it, but Dave hears it too. So it reinforces the behavior that he already has, which is positive. And it helps instruct the other kids so that they remember. Right, Dave? You remember that now, right? Okay. So let's try this. Carson, come on up. Come on, Carson. Come on, Carson. Okay, let's pretend for a moment that Carson is my son. My kids are not this good looking or well behaved. So let's pretend he's my son. He's been at home for about 3 hours now, right? 3 hours now? And I see him playing on his phone. Okay? I see him playing on his phone. But I come in and I see this, so here's what positive coaching would be. Hey Carson, how was school?
Okay.
Good, it was good. So I see that you actually brought in the mail. I really appreciate that. And you put the dishes from the sink into the dishwasher, and you took out the garbage, and you practiced your piano. And I saw that you wiped down the cars. Thanks for doing that. That's really great. That's great. I also noticed that your homework is not done. You think you'd be willing to do your homework? Yeah? Okay. See how well that works then? Okay. The principle of positive coaching is this, and this is what your coaches should be doing. They should be telling the kids specifically what they did well. I loved how you were over the ball, you used your laces, you used both feet, you looked up, you put your arms out before you kicked the ball, you followed all the way through. And next time, I want you to move off the ball as soon as you pass it. So kick it and then go. Now the correction only took less than 5 seconds. But I reinforced everything he did and I give the correction. What the coaches should be doing as part of positive coaching is doing that. And if they're training the kids during the training session, they will be doing running drills which teach them the skills that they need to have. So positive coaching, the ratio is 5 specific things they did well to 1 quick correction. So I'm giving you this also as guidance as to how you can work with other people, including your kids. Any questions on positive coaching? Was any of this worthwhile to you so far? Raise your hand if you found this worthwhile. Thanks. I just want to make sure, because you're all rapt with attention, if that's the right word. There are 3 types of people, those who can count and those who can't. Okay. 10U game format. Everything's going to be at Wilson. We will be interlocking against our downtown region. So I volunteer here in West San Jose on Saturdays, and then I go over on Sundays and I go to downtown San Jose. So we interlock with the 10U teams. I have coached half of those kids when they were 4 and 5 years old, so they better be well-behaved kids. So you guys, I will have coached a few of you. You'll have a lot of fun, I hope, interlocking with them. You may have to travel down there once or twice during the season. So some of this is incorrect, I'm sorry. Everything's going to be at Wilson for you. I've already told you, we should have, assuming we get volunteers today for the tournament, we'll have a tournament the last 2 weeks of the season. The 2 top scoring teams, either there or from the results, will go on to the area tournament the 16th and the 17th. Are there any questions? If you are, I'm going to post these slides, so you'll get those too. If there's any questions, you can always email us too. What was the other thing? Oh, cleats are not required at this age, but you have to have closed-toed shoes that are comfortable running in. So no ballet shoes, but loafers would probably be okay. So closed-toed shoes. But if you want to get them cleats, it's great. At this age, it's probably not a bad idea to get them because when they plant their feet, they're going to want to plant their feet. I don't remember the rule on that, so I'm going to skip that. Okay, I think this is number Philosophy 5. Thank you today. Philosophy 5. Everyone plays. Everybody say it. Everyone plays. Such enthusiasm. One more time with enthusiasm. 1, 2, 3. Everyone plays. Okay, what does that mean? Everyone plays. That's brilliant. Okay. What's the goal combo?
8, 6, 8, 4.
Very good. Excellent. Remember, kids, you're not allowed to know that. The idea is that everyone plays because more play time means more development. The game is the best teacher. More touches of the ball during practice, more play time during the game makes more play time. The national standard is 50%. We try for 50 to 75% play time per game. Yeah, that's it. Is there anybody here who's an English major before I tell this joke? Raise your hand if you're an English major. There we go. You'll like this joke. Maybe not. Why are there no jobs? Oh, shoot. Why are there no English majors? Why are there no English majors on the Starship Enterprise? Because there's still no jobs for them in the future. That's right. Okay. 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 We'll go to the... Okay. That's Santi. He broke his foot twice in one season. Okay. Last philosophy, I think. Is this the last one? Okay. Good sportsmanship. Everyone say it? Good sportsmanship. Excellent. What does that mean? Does anybody know what that means? Respect, right. Who else? So I heard something else over here. Similar idea? Okay. Teamwork? Teamwork is definitely part of it, my friend. Well done. So respect and kindness is the way I kind of define it. It's absolutely teamwork. It's that. Okay. And then who do you treat with respect and kindness? Everyone. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Right. So players, referees, coaches, volunteers, parents, and who's on your team, by the way? Friends, that's true, but who's on your team? Players. Who else is on your team? Coaches. Who else is on your team?
Volunteers, parents.
Volunteers, parents, that's right. So here's the point I want to make. All coaches and referees are on the same team. So if there's an issue with something ahead of time, especially if you know ahead of time, go talk to the other coach and or the referee and talk about it. If you know you're not going to have enough players, if you know that there's an issue with a player, go talk to them and just have a conversation about how you're going to work through whatever it is. And please be willing to share players because